And welcome back to the Splitting Hairs podcast presented by Jack Rabbit Illustrated. Coming to you from an early morning podcast here, an earlier morning. It's not that early anymore. But excited to be bringing another prospect review or a commitment review here. And this one is for Aidan McDermott, a safety from Cedar Rapids, Iowa, that plays at Xavier High School. So if you're familiar with Iowa high school football, prep football, Xavier is one of the top programs in the state. Smaller class, but they're always in the running for a championship in the state of Iowa. So that's pretty cool. So a little bit about Aidan. He's 6'2", 195. Looks like a safety to me. There's the chance that, down the road, if he continues to grow, he could slide into an outside linebacker position. We've seen the Jacks do that plenty of times over the years. But even if he does continue to grow, there's some tremendous measurables and athleticism that may make it so he stays at safety. We'll see. Mentioned a little bit about that, just some testing and some numbers I was able to find. 32.4 vertical, 4.09 pro agility, which whatever combine he was at testing, that was the top pro agility number from that event. He's a track athlete. He qualified for state in the 100-meter dash. And then he was the anchor of their 4x100 relay team that ran that race in the state at the state meet in 42.88 seconds. So those four were cooking. Pretty impressive there. He was all-state in football at safety. I'm not sure if I mentioned that, and very productive on both sides of the ball. On defense, he had 44 tackles, 7 interceptions, 2 forced fumbles, 1 field goal, and 2 touchdowns. On offense, he had 58 receptions, 759 yards, which is a 13-yard per catch average, 23 carries for 173 yards, which is 7.5 yard per carry, and 3 touchdowns on the ground. Not sure if that was total touchdowns or not on offense, but this kid, absolute stud, just a hell of a football player. I always hesitate to say this, but I don't know how some of the bigger schools are not on him. His production, his athleticism, his size, just a tremendous all-around get for the Jacks. On his Twitter, we're listed as his only offer, but he has tons of interest from NDSU, NIU, USD, UNI, Iowa, Iowa State. I mean, he was on their mailing list. He was on their radar. That's for darn sure. He's been to those campuses multiple times. So, again, I'm not sure if he wasn't posting offers or not, but just really a tremendous football player. Jack's got a steal, in my opinion, on this. The pros of him, you watch him play, tremendous instincts, just really able to have a feel for the game, get there and make plays on the ball. His size, we've mentioned that. He's 6'2", 195 already. He's going to be a big safety, that's for sure. Playmaker, obviously with that many interceptions, that many defensive touchdowns, you get the ball in his hands and yeah, he's going to make a play on it, that's for sure. His hands, really on both sides, he makes some tremendous catches, contested catches that he's getting whacked pretty good, and he's able to come down with the ball. So that's awesome. Love to see that. He has a good mix of being a good sound tackler and a big hitter. He picks his spots really well for when he wants to deliver a big hit, big blow. And he also knows, though, when he's the last line of defense, which is safety is for the most part, that he needs to square up and make a really sound tackle and wrap up. I love to see that maturity, I guess, in a way, because there's opportunities where, in the open field, he could blow a receiver or running back up, or at least try to, and he doesn't take that risk. He makes sure to get down low, to grab their ankles, grab their legs, and really wrap up and make sure that they don't bust it for a big gain. Really love to see that. The cons, I'm not 100% sure how to even say this because it doesn't match up with the measurables and the testing that has been there. Like maybe deceptively fast speed. Maybe he's such a good athlete that it does look like he's moving at just a little slower than, I can't even say that right because he is fast. I can see that he's running away from his opponents. He's just maybe the best way to say it is he's just an extremely fluid athlete. If you remember basketball back in the transition days, Kai Williams just made it look so effortless at times because he just was a better athlete than most folks on the court that, that it sometimes looked like he wasn't trying, but that is not the case. I know Aidan's trying. I know he's a ridiculous athlete. He just looks different on the tape and on field. So, the quickness and agility is definitely there. You see that in his receiver play. You see that when he's cutting and knifing folks down on tackles. So again, this is just a heck of a commitment. I am very excited in the direction this class is headed. This now puts us at 4 total, 3 offensive, 1 defensive. The coaches and the account, tweeted Rabbits on top again last night. So I'm assuming there's 1 more commitment on the way that it just hasn't been announced yet. So I'm excited for that. But we'll keep these going on each prospect. So thank you for listening and watching. Really appreciate you all. This has been fun and the feedback's been great on these so far. So thank you very much. Have a great 4th if I don't talk to you before then, and go Jacks.